What's going on, everybody? It's your main man Druuill, and I'm back at you again with another video. Everybody, smash that like button, hit that share button. Don't forget to subscribe and show some love in the comments. And don't forget, if you want to be a part of the squad, hit the bell and the notifications so you can squad up, baby. Let's get into it. All right? You've already came so far and got through so much. You already came through so far and got through so much that nothing or no one will be able to stop you now. You already got through it all. You've already been through everything that you could go through. Sometimes you just may go through it again. All right. Sometimes God wants us to see things. God wants us to show us things. And when you have time to improve, when you have time to make yourself better, when there are things that you need to fix and there's an opening, there's a gateway for you to work on yourself and improve yourself, you're supposed to take that time to make yourself better. Everything else will fall in place. Don't rush things. Don't compare yourself to other people. Focus on yourself and allow yourself to take advantage of the time and the opportunity that you've been blessed with, because not everybody is blessed with time. Time is money also. Time is very valuable. And one thing you can do with your time is, if you've been working on something, if you've got a business and now all of a sudden the universe just opens up to where you have some time on your hands, more than normal, more than usual, and you have time to work on these things, you better be working on your goals and your dreams. You better be working on the things that you love to do. Everything else will fall in place. Make sure you take care of everything. Make sure you be responsible, but make sure you use your time wisely. It doesn't take it doesn't take so long, but to get things done and to take care of what you need to take care of. So once you get all that out the way, once you get all your responsibilities out the way, while you have all this extra free time, you need to be using that to improve yourself, because self-improvement is a gift from God, and it's a blessing for you to be able to see things that you need to change, know things that need to be worked on, and have the time to be able to fall back, look at yourself, look at your situation, look at your business, and to be able to actually make an impact and improve on that. You should definitely use that time to do that. All right, so you've already overcame and gotten through everything. All right, sometimes you go through things again. God wants you to see certain things. What you have to sit and ask yourself, what does God want me to see when I look at my situation right now? How does God want me to view this? And the answers will come to you, and whatever answer comes to you, that's what you're supposed to go with. Whatever you feel that you're supposed to be doing at that particular time, that's what you're supposed to be doing. You need to be improving and working on that dream and working on your goals while you have time to do it, because you're not always going to have time to do it. Sooner or later, you're going to have to get back to doing other things, and you're not going to have time like you used to. So while you have time, while you have spare time and free time to do things, I would use that time to your best advantage. All right, because when you're going through things that you already got through, and you know nothing can stop you. All right, if nothing can stop you, don't let anything stop you, and focus. All right, nothing can stop you. If you've been through this season already before, if you already know what this season has to offer, then you know how you need to attack it different this time, so that way you can come out of this one better and more advanced and in a better position than the last time. Because when things happen, life happens. All right, when life happens, and sometimes you don't expect certain things to happen that do happen, and you end up having more time on your hand than normal. What you want to do is you want to use that time wisely. You don't want to just do nothing. You don't want to just sit there around with everybody else. You don't want to just sit around talking. You don't want to just sit around being on the phone all day. You don't want to just sit around watching TV all day. That you could read books, you can start a business, you can work out, It's always better than just not doing nothing. And a lot of times when people are busy, they don't have time to do things that they would want to do if they weren't. So if you have time to do things, then you need to take advantage of that. A lot of people will down you for being in a position to where you have a lot of time on your hands, but when you use that time to your benefit and you don't just let that time pass you by, you don't just let that time escape you, you can come up off that, and you could benefit off that. All right, especially if you already benefited off of it before and you see how you can make it work for you. All you have to do is put in the work. All you have to do is work on it. So work on that business, work on that dream. All right, if you have put together a project and you only made $50 off of it and it was 3 years ago, I don't care. You could do that again. There's nothing stopping you. You already know how to make money without anybody telling you what to do. You already know how to make money on your own. So if you can make money on your own while you have time on your hands, I don't care if it's $50, I don't care if it's $100. Do something that you know that you can do to make money. Why not use your time and use your skill to make money for you while you have time on your hands? All right, God's going to bless you and everything else will fall into place. You'll have everything that you need, and everything that you need to live a successful life and to succeed in life is coming to you. Sometimes there's periods in life where God wants you to sit down, take a break, examine your life, examine yourself, examine your situation. Maybe you've asked God for some time in the past to be able to do things. Maybe now's the time for you to act on what you're supposed to be doing. Things are hard and we have to accept that. So once you accept that your dream is not going to be easy for you to obtain it, once you accept that it's not going to be easy for you to get better at what you want to get better at, once you accept that it's not going to be easy for you to learn how to do what it is you want to do, and you just sit down and you take small steps towards it each day. Okay, I learned how to do this. I learned how to do that. Write it out and map it out what you have to do. This is what I want to do. Break it down into small pieces. I know I have to learn this part to be able to make this or to be able to do this. I know I have to know this part. I know I'm going to have to know this. I know I'm going to have to know that. And then you just do each part and you figure each part out. And then once you have all the parts figured out, then you'll know what you need to do, and you'll know how to do what you need to do. And after that, it's just all a part of doing it right. So you don't want to just waste your time and let that time pass you by just because you're going through something. You want to pick yourself up and you want to be able to, you really got to focus. You got to take your mind off all the crap. You got to take your mind off all the people. All right, this person may have caused this. This person may have made you feel like that. You got to take your mind off of all that, and you really got to sit and focus and think, if everything was all right and I felt how I would like to feel and everything was good and I had this time to myself, what would I be doing? If I had all this time to myself and everything was right and everything was good and I was doing what I wanted to do, what would I be doing? So you really got to sit and ask yourself, what would you be doing? And once you figure that out, obviously you'd be doing what you love to do, that you would turn it into a business for yourself. Why haven't you turned that hobby into a business? Why haven't you? Why haven't you turned that hobby into a business? It's not going to be easy. Going to work every day is not easy, but you did that. Life's not easy, but you survived that. So the one thing you have to realize, things aren't going to be easy, and you got to do it anyway. And once you can focus, and once you can sit down and you know what, I'm gonna do this anyway. It's not gonna be easy, but I'm just gonna start it. I'm just gonna do it. So just start today. If you have the time, start. Use that time to start now. It's the best time to start, when you have time. Because when you didn't have time and you wanted to do it, you were telling yourself, I would be doing this, I would be working on that, I would be creating all these all these things. I would be making this and making that. So now that you have time, you need to be doing that. You need to be creating. It's tiresome. It takes work. It takes a lot of effort. But it's doable. So you just have to focus. Because I know it's difficult. When you're going through things, it's easy to point the finger and it's easy to be like, yo, man. And I'm not saying you're blaming people, because there are people out there that come looking for you to try to stop purposely what you're doing. There are people that try to throw monkey wrenches in your plan. I see you trying to do this. I'm going to do that to try to stop you from doing this. All right, I see you want to do this for your life. I'm going to try to put these things in the way, so that's not possible. There are people who do that. So we're not saying that there aren't people who are trying to sabotage your plans. But if you focus on that, if that's all you pay attention to, if that is what takes your energy and your time up, then you're not going to have that energy and time to do what it is you want to do and work on your craft or your goal. All right. So since you've already overcame this before, you've already seen this season before, this is nothing new. There's just the same people trying to do the same thing. It's just the same tricks. Since it's just an unfortunate situation, since things happen and you already know what this looks like, you got to stay true to yourself and you got to hold it down. You got to stay true to yourself, hold it down, and realize that the more you do right now and this day, the better at the end of the day you're going to feel when you go to sleep. The better you're going to feel when you wake up tomorrow. The better you're going to feel when you go to take on the next day. All right. So sitting around, loathing around, feeling sorry for yourself and your situation. Yes, somebody may try to sabotage you. Yes, somebody may try to stab you in the back. They may try to do you dirty. All right, they may have set you up. All right, they may have lied to you. They may have did you dirty, and they may have done something weird. All right, when you are about to break generational curses, when you are better than people around you and they're jealous of that and they see you have the potential to be great and to do good things in your life, people don't want to be outdone. All right, people don't even want to be outdone when you work together and you only knew them people for 4 weeks, only a month, 2 months. Those people don't even want to be outdone by you. So just think about people that are that have been close to you, that have secretly had animosity towards you because they had a jealousy or a fear that you were going to outdo them or be better than them. They had a fear of you outdoing them or what they did. All right. So you never know what people's goals are and aims are. People might be trying to attack your spirit. People might be trying to attack your mind. People might be trying to put you down. We're putting him down. We're putting her down. All right, might be the ones closest to you putting you down. You may not even be able to go around these people, but you can't focus on that. Don't put your precious mind power on that, and don't put your mind on that, because when you focus on that, you're empowering them, and you're not focusing on the power that you have, which is being able to work on your life, taking control of your life, bettering your life. You have power over your life. Don't focus on so much what people did to you, what people have done to you, what people are doing to you, because you're not focusing on your strength. You're not focusing on what you can do in the situation. You want to focus. You're very strong. You're strong. All right, you're strong. You want to focus on what you can do in the situation. But it's frustrating and it catches you off guard when people do things that you do not expect. It takes a while to get over that. It's like it's a mind it's a mind game. You know what I want to say. A 4-letter word starts with an F, but it's a mind game, and you have to wrap your mind around it. It's like, wow, people are doing things to me that I did not expect, and it's like I'm kind of confused. It's weird. It's like Am I seeing things? And like, is it just me? Like, I don't know what's going on. Like, I kind of I'm trying, but it's like I doubt myself. But it's like I don't know what's up here. I'm doing everything that I do, but it's like I don't ever feel like it's good enough, or I feel like it's not going to work out. Like I can't think positively enough about my situation for it to ever work out long enough. So when you have time to improve yourself, you're going to want to work on your mind. You're going to want to work through your thoughts. If you've been trying things and things haven't been working out, and you've been trying things at different places, and you've been having the same result, you are the problem. You have to, there's some things about yourself that you have to fix. But if you realize that there are certain people who've been trying to hold you back and trying to make sure that you don't get to certain places in life, there are certain programs and certain things that people can program you to react and act a certain way. So what you're going to have to do is you're going to have to work on yourself and recondition your mind, and you're going to have to fix and change the way that you're gonna have to fix and change yourself, and fix what's wrong with you during those times where quote unquote it was your fault, and now you don't have um, what you're supposed to have. You got all this time on your hands. All right. So with that being said, all right, when you have time on your hands, you're not going to, it's no point in placing blame because you're not going to grow. It's no point in being like, yo, they set me up, man. They did me dirty, because there's no growth in that. So when people are out to get you, when people are doing wrong to you, you still have to see what you can fix about yourself to make sure that you don't have these problems anymore. People may be difficult, but you may have reacted to it wrong. So you may react to people the wrong way. You may handle situations the wrong way, but it might be on some PTSD type stuff. So like I said, you're not totally at fault for how things have been going, because people will try to sabotage you and people will cause you trauma. So when you go out into life and have to deal with other people that aren't the other people who caused you the trauma and the stress, you're still going to deal with that trauma and that stress. You're going to be irritable. You're going to be uptight. You're going to have what people would call issues that have to be sorted through. So technically, it's your fault because you have things that you have to work on, but these issues were caused and brought about by other people. So let's take responsibility for ourselves. And even though we may have stress and post trauma and stuff like that, we when things don't go right and we have time on our hands because we may not have handled the situation correctly, it's a blessing to use that time to improve. So when you have time to sit down, when you have time by yourself to work on yourself, to improve in between taking care of your life, you're going to want to use that time to better yourself. All right. Ask yourself, why do I keep having these problems? How come I keep having the same situation happening over and over again? Why do I keep facing the same problems? Ask yourself these questions, because a lot of psychologists and a lot of doctors, which I'm not, will say that the quality of your life is based on the types of questions you ask yourself. So when you ask yourself good questions, when you ask yourself questions like, why do I keep having these problems? How come these types of people keep affecting me this type of way, and it keeps making me feel like this? You can figure things out. You can see why you react to certain things certain ways. You can see why you feel certain ways about certain things. So that way you'll be able to handle situations better. You'll be able to deal with people better, because now you know how, you learned how, you're prepared, you're aware, you know yourself. Okay, I act this way towards these certain people, towards these types of situations. I know when these types of people are around, I'm going to have to be extra peaceful. When these types of situations are going down, I'm going to have to take a step back and take a deep breath. So you have to, it's common sense. But a lot of times when you're around, when you're in stressful situations, and when you're in a, like maybe a little mentally abusive situation, is you can't really think straight. All right. And when you're in certain situations where personality disorders and things like that, it puts a lot of anxiety and pressure on you to where you can't think straight. So you may not be focusing 100%. You may have to go back, fix yourself, go over your thought process, and reassess your mind to where you could focus to where you're not focused on the wrong things. You're not focused on what's happening. You're more focused on how you're responding to situations, because it's not important what people do. What's more important is how you respond to it. That's what the psychologists say. That's what they say will benefit you the best. Responding to a situation, not reacting to it, responding to it with maturity, not reacting, that's immaturity. So that's what the psychologists say. So since we want to be mature, since we want to grow, since we've already been through these types of situations, and we don't want to keep going through these situations, we want to overcome these situations. We have to figure out what our part of the problem is. Other people may be causing problems, but there's two sides to a coin. There's two sides to a story. So what role do we play in this? The role we play in this is we have to control ourselves. And when people are hating on us, and when people are trying to disturb our peace because we're chosen, because we have the light, because we have a better spirit than them, we still have to control how we respond to these people, so that we can so that we can stay in the game, whatever game that may be. Me personally, I'm working towards getting out that game, so I'm gonna do whatever I personally have to do that. And I just have my own way of doing things, and I'm just being pushed by it. I'm just being pushed in the direction that I'm going in, and I feel that I'm headed in the right direction, and I'm seeing signs, and I've been praying a lot, and I've been talking to God a lot, so I know what I'm supposed to be doing right now. And when you have time on your hands, that's what you're supposed to be doing. Talking to God, asking Him to guide you. All right, when you ask God to guide you in the right direction, you're going to get feelings, and your intuition is going to know which direction you should be going in and what you should be doing. So make sure that you always are bettering yourself. Make sure you're always taking the time to improve yourself, especially when you have time to. Don't just sit there. If you're having problems, don't just sit there with the problem and then try to go into a new situation and think there's not going to be a problem. You have to ask yourself, if you've been having problems, why have you been having problems? All right, you can't just get out of a problem, go into a new situation, and they expect there not to be a problem. All right, people will gaslight you, people will laugh at you, and until you figure it out, that's just what they're gonna do. And it doesn't matter, you don't care. But the thing about being a child of God is that you don't give up, and you're still smarter than these people. So the thing is, whatever you haven't learned yet, whatever you haven't picked up on yet, you will get it, you will learn it, and you're still going to be better than them, and you're still going to be more advanced. Also, you could shortcut this, and you could do a cheat code and pray. You can whatever you need help with, you could pray, and God will give you the wisdom, the knowledge, so that you'll understand what you need to do. So once you figure out what the problem is, all right, once you can communicate that to God, He can help you. All right, God can only help you when you're definite with Him. All right, you have to be definite with the infinite. All right, you have to be definite with the infinite mind. That's God. You have to be definite with Him. Explain to Him exactly what it is you need Him to do, exactly how it is you need Him to help you, exactly how it is you need Him to transform your mind, what you need Him to do with your energy, what you need Him to do with your focus, how you need Him to help your attitude, or how you need Him to help you with your peace, how you need Him to help you respond to things. And that way, you'll be able to do that. And also, you can go within your own mind, you can go within your subconscious mind, and you could program yourself to be unbothered by things. But that's a whole nother video. I'm gonna make a video for that too, how to use your subconscious mind, how to program your subconscious mind to be unbothered by difficult people in life. All right, and that's a whole nother video right there. So you've already overcome. Keep overcoming. Keep reading, keep improving your mind, keep learning, keep self-educating, and don't give up on your dream. Don't give up on that business, especially if you've been working on something and you have profited off of your ideas. If you have a dream and you have an idea and you've profited off that idea already, that's a business. I don't care if you making shirts and you sold one shirt, somebody bought it, that you profited off that idea, that's a business. And that's how you have to do that. You just have to put more work into it. You put more work into that job. If not, they'll send you home. So you have to transfer that same energy to yourself. If you don't put in that same amount of effort for your job, you might lose a house. You might lose a car. You might lose a apartment. So you have to really put that time and energy and that focus into that business. The same amount of energy and time you put into that job, put into that business. It just takes a lot of focus. You really have to focus and dedicate yourself each day, but it can be done. Just take a little bit of time out of each day and be like, you know what? I'm going to dedicate this time specifically for this. I'm going to do that. And that's the time I'm going to use for that. And if you do that a little bit each day, then sooner or later, you're going to have something that's going to start to show to you. You're going to see that you have something that you can use and something that you're doing that's worthwhile. All it did was take a little bit of time, and you're going to have to, you're going to start to see that you have a process. Okay, I got a process. I could just do this a little bit each day. Boom, I'll have something that's done, and then sooner or later it'll get quicker for you. It will get easier for you, because the more you do it, the more you'll learn and figure out how you work. That's all it is. Figure out how you work, figure out your process, figure out what works for you, what's the best way to get done what you need to do. That's it. All right. This video is coming to a close. I'd like to thank everybody for smashing the like button, hitting the share button, showing some love in the comments. Squad up. Shout out to the notification squad, and everybody share the video. I see all you amazing, wonderful people in the next video. This has been another DruTube special. Shout out to the chosen vessels. We out.